What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What is up, you guys? I pray that you guys, first of all, it feels like I have not been on here. I feel like I ain't been on here in a month. And so, but it's only been literally a few days. I pray that you guys, hey, Vish, I pray that you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. I pray that y'all ate some good food. I know I did, y'all. I was no good. I was out for the count. In fact, I was telling TikTok, I said, I'm so grateful that my coach has not sent me my diet before Thanksgiving, because I was going to eat on Thanksgiving. I was going to do that. But I pray that everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. I pray that y'all have been enjoying this time of fellowship, whether it's with your family, whether it's with, just other loved ones, friends, or whatever the case may be. I pray that some of y'all have been able to rest. These days have definitely thrown me off. I woke up this morning thinking that today was Sunday because it feels like a Sunday, but it's Saturday, y'all. I'm going to say Sunday again. It's Saturday. It is legitimately Saturday. Our declaration, or the topic of this video that God gave me was, don't forget the lessons that your past taught you. I know that the topic is something different, but in a nutshell, like what God is saying is, don't abort the lessons that you learned from the past. I'm going to say it again. Don't abort the lessons that you learned from the past. As horrible as some seasons feel to be, like a lot of times when you look back at those horrible seasons, when you look back at those, trying times, those seasons of our life really teach us valuable lessons that really prepare us for where God has taken us. I'm going to say it again. Like when you really think about it, I mean, we all have gone through rough times, tough seasons. Some of us have this year been through those Job moments. But even in that, what God is saying is, as you embrace this new thing that I'm doing, as you embrace the fullness of what this season is going to bring into your life, like, don't abort what you learned. Don't abort what the past taught you. Don't forget, come on, what that struggle taught you. Don't forget the wisdom that you learned from going through certain things. And I always tell people, there are some moments where you can gain wisdom from other people, but then there are some moments where God knows that like wisdom can't be gained from any other way but by experience. Hey, blessings to you, Miss Allen. And so this word actually came to me today. I've been up and at it, sending off orders. I have a few more orders to process. And in the mix of that, I was on the phone and I had gotten a message, right? I promise y'all I'm going somewhere with this. I had gotten a message where I had gotten a Cash App notification. And it was from a client, someone that purchased a mentoring session. It was from someone that purchased a mentoring session, and I had just done a personal, payment plan because I felt like, okay, you're going to pay me back. It is what it is. So if you can agree to, every 2 weeks, I'll do it the same way that like Klarna, Afterpay, those type places do it. I'll let you get the session. And so needless to say, earlier this week, I had told her, hey, your payment is coming due. Your second installment is coming due. In so many words, this individual tells me, she says, well, I might be a little bit late or something like that. And so like wisdom kicked in from like past seasons. And I said, well, if you late, you might as well tag on an extra $10 late fee. Point blank period. If you're late on this payment, you might as well just go ahead and tag on a late fee. Needless to say, this person ended up, and they're still texting me right now, so I'm gonna have to block them. But needless to say, they paid on time. So as I'm going throughout my day, I went to Michael's. I'm in a very good mood. I'm, in a mood where I'm like, okay, I've rested. I've gotten over the itis from all of that Thanksgiving food. Like, it's time to like shift things back into gear and get things done so that I can ship these packages off on Monday. And so, needless to say, I get a message or a Cash App notification, and it was a refund request. It was a refund request. of this individual asking. So, I'm on the phone. I'm like, Lord, maybe this was a mistake, because I know you didn't ask me for a refund on a session that we've already done. You're asking me to give you the money back that you've paid on an installment that you literally owe it. And so I had to confirm. I promise y'all I'm going somewhere. In so many words, I asked the person, was this a mistake? They say, no, it's not a mistake. I kind of need that money, or whatever the case may be. And I politely told this person, and a lot of my responses, I gotta say this, were just from like the old season. I don't know if you guys remember, like, back when I was getting a home, and back when I was wanting to like throw it, I got to the point where I did not want to do ministry anymore. And for me, not wanting to do ministry anymore revolved around just a lack of boundaries. It revolved around just, me letting people feel like they could just do whatever, like they could take from me. And like they could just say, forget me, I'm going to do what I feel I need to do for me. And so that led to me it led to burnout. And it led to me wanting to throw in the towel. So moving forward, God told me was, you just need to create boundaries in business, boundaries in ministry, and so I've been doing that in this new season. And so my response to her saying, yeah, I meant to send it, I need that money back. I need it for an appointment on Monday or something like that. My response in so many words was, that doesn't have anything to do with me. If you paid a bill, if you paid, a bill with any of these other payment providers, or even a bill in general, you cannot go back to them, after you've paid them money that you owe them and say, hey, I need this money, give me a refund. And so in so many words, I told her, listen, I can't do it. I'm not going to let you do that to me. I don't have nothing to do with that, but I can't do it. And I did. In so many words, I'm like, it's a slap in the face for you to pay me something that you owe me and then ask for it back because you need it. No, I said, so the answer is no. I said, so the answer is no. And so she was going back and forth, then it becomes, well, I'm a woman of my word. I did not expect, for you to give it back. And so to that degree, I'm like, if you didn't expect me to give it back, and if you're a woman of your word, why ask for it back? Why, after receiving the session, and I gave her extra minutes, she got an hour session. And this was like a month ago. You got an hour session, maybe a few weeks ago, not quite a month. But I'm like, you got an hour session. And I gave you a few minutes extra. And you pay the second installment. And then you ask for it right back. And so my mindset was like, from this point on, I'll never do a personal payment plan with you. So if you want a payment plan, baby, you're going to have to go through the site. Because I can't do it anymore. But in so many words, she tells me, I didn't expect for you to give it back. And so my response was, if you didn't expect me to give it back, and if you're a woman of your word, why did you ask for it back? Why did you ask for it back if you knew? Come on. I pray that I am making sense. And so as I kind of like just sat and reflected on it, the Lord told me this. He said, what you're doing is exercising wisdom. He said, what you're doing, because I literally just got home and I started to seek God about it. He said, what you're doing is exercising wisdom from what the past has taught you. And he said, it behooves all of my children in this season, because we all learned different lessons. I learned how to have boundaries. Some of you guys, God may have taught you how to deal with money. He may have taught you how to deal with people. Whatever the case may be, our past, no matter how rough it was, no matter how painful it was, it taught us all something, to ensure that we're able to thrive in this season that we are in. But God told me, he said, it behooves all of my children to listen. Don't enter into a new season and then act like the past didn't teach you anything. Because here's the thing, if you ignore what you learned in the past, a brand new, perfectly good and new season will turn out to look just like what you've already gone through. And it's like for many of us, that last season, it almost took us out. Many of us that last season, listen, we like, God, I don't want to go through nothing similar ever again. So it's like in this season, what God is saying is apply what you learned. If you want to make it, if you want to thrive in this season, apply what you learned. Don't enter into this new thing acting like that pain didn't teach you nothing. acting like that struggle didn't teach you nothing. Because if you don't apply what you learned, the past is going to repeat itself. The past is going to repeat itself. The old me would have said, okay, I can give it back to you. I can give it back to you. But the new me realized this don't have nothing. Your personal issues don't have anything to do with me. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You dead wrong for asking for that money back. You dead wrong, and I ain't giving it back. Even if I had it, you wouldn't get it back because it's the principle of it. But the old me would have I would have had so much compassion, and it would have made me make a foolish decision. And it's like when you start something off like that and you allow people, to feel like they can do whatever, guess what? It puts you in a situation where they're going to continue doing it because you've allowed it. And so, that was the revelation that God gave me. Like, make the past mean something. Apply those lessons. And honestly, the lessons that many of us learned in the past were very valuable. Like creating balance. Creating balance for me, it was one of the most valuable lessons. Like saying no when people are trying to get over on me. Like, it was legitimately one of the most valuable lessons like I have ever learned. I would be a fool to act like I didn't learn that. Learn how to be wise. Learn how to set healthy boundaries. Learn how to not let people feel like they can get over on me. I pray that I am making sense. It's foolish. It's a foolish thing to not apply what you've learned. Because again, God is saying, if you don't apply what you've learned in this season, the past will repeat itself. For some of y'all, relationally, financially, health-wise, if you don't do something different in this season, the past is going to repeat itself. And I say this to say this. Don't let that person be you. Baby, I'm at the point where I don't want to go through nothing that I've already been through. I'm at the point where I don't want to go through nothing that I've already been through. And that's just what it is. And so that was the word that God wanted me to release. Yeah. Don't ignore, don't abort the lessons that the past taught you. Apply it, exercise wisdom so that you can get all that this season has for you. So that is it, y'all. If you can receive this, can you just simply tell God thank you? If you can receive it, can you just simply tell God thank you? But that is it, y'all. That is it. I love y'all. If you feel led to sow, the ways to sow are there. You let God lead you. But that is it. I love y'all. I am rooting for you. And so until next time, y'all.